Hi, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, Dungeon Master for this, the 28th session of the Underland Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition campaign. We have Austin as Erich, we have Ryan as Henwick, we have Bob as Kalidan, and we have Nick as Jimmy. Last time, y'all...
Bought a bear?
Yeah, well, no, that was the time before. You finished looting the stuff from and doing what you could with the stuff out of the Bear's lair, and then left, following the compass further till you found a dire troll in combat with a apparent potion merchant who was a casualty of the combat.
She will be missed.
You looted her wares that she was carrying with her, and then
we looted all of her.
She'll be back.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Don't worry.
You did stuff her body in your bag so you could resurrect her when you need a corpse.
Death is unnecessary, except that one time.
Yep.
There is a little part in my mind that just in that moment was like, what happens when you get arrested and they search your bag?
Corpses.
I mean, that has happened multiple times in this game. I mean,
the reason there's no corpses in my bags.
That's why you said no.
No, it's just gross. Didn't cross my mind at all.
Hold on! When Ryan got arrested, the haversack did have corpses in it.
Yeah, it did. They put it in a drawer and they didn't look through any of your stuff.
Yeah, they just put it away and then didn't look.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you should treat that.
Man, you would look super guilty.
Where'd you get those bags? I found them.
Why'd you people?
Wizard.
Raisins!
You know, just pop those open, suck some marrow, it's delicious. It's a good snack.
You never know when I might need to talk to that guy.
Mm-hmm. That could have gone so much differently if I never even thought about it. Okay. Anyways, you identified everything, and you've just settled down for a long rest in the your dome, in your bubble.
Yep. In our cozy cove.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Flying through the caverns, Bereven sort of lands in a patch of mushrooms, and as it lifts off, its feet sort of are entangled by bits of growth that seem to be attaching, and it struggles and manages to break itself free and fly up higher in the cave. But as it watches down at the mushrooms below, it jolts as it hits something above it. More mushrooms or fungus hanging from the ceiling. Caught up in it, it tumbles around back to the ground through more and loses sight in darkness as it is encased by this growing fungus. Otherwise, you all have your long rest. Yep, already calculated that. And then you wake up again. Your little bubble inside you'd set up in where the troll's lair had been.
Alright. Where's the troll's dead body?
You pushed it out.
Okay. I go over the troll's dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still there?
Yes.
Okay. I take a look at him and whatever, check his mouth.
He has
one?
like 4.
Huh?
Which one?
He has
he's got
Yeah, he has multiple heads.
multiple heads and just mouths along his body.
Yeah.
Alright. And he was a huge sized creature?
I believe so.
Alright. Does he have tusks?
Some, yeah.
Okay. I go over and... Well, I can do it myself. I'm strong enough. Yeah, I'm going to just start ripping every tooth and tusk out of him.
Take that.
Okay.
Okay.
You're a little psycho, aren't you?
I need these.
So you guys wake up and... Well, really, as soon as he goes out to do this, you all, if you were asleep, wake up as the bubble pops. And he walks over and just starts...
Alright, time to collect stuff.
harvesting.
Yep. You know what this is?
It's a tooth.
Yes. You know what teeth are?
Ivory, technically?
Wait, are they actually?
Yeah. Mammalian teeth are ivory. So I'm taking them.
I don't think that's correct.
Yeah.
I think some are, but not all.
No, it's just the amount that you would get out of it. It's whatever. It's stripped of enamel. So whatever the outer part of the tooth. It's whatever the non-porous, veiny part of the teeth of mammals is what ivory is.
I really don't know. I haven't looked into it.
It's enamel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, come on, Google, help me out here. They're like, yeah.
Because I know elk have, like, some serious ivory teeth.
The distinction is whether or not it is large enough to be, like, tooled and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And troll teeth seem like they would be big enough.
Well, I mean, they're...
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can break them down into something usable.
Powdered ivory.
Yeah. The 4 tusks you get, which are probably about 3 inches long, are enough that they would actually probably be something small.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you'd get, I'd say, about 120 teeth.
Okay.
Now I'm just imagining you over there with your magical gauntlet punching it repeatedly in the face to loosen teeth.
I think you could have had a trinket that was just gave you a bag of teeth.
Yep. But then you're obligated to collect more.
No, you're not.
Those are the curses.
I got
Yes.
4 tusks and
It's a cursed item. You're required to collect more.
After all, you've already collected this many. You can't stop now. Gotta get them all.
While he's doing that, borrow one of your picks and poke around the mushrooms.
Right.
It's like,
They are made of mycelium.
yes. Green said the mushrooms are super growy, or there are more mushrooms in our future.
Hey, Jimmy. I'm going to need your help at some point. I'm going to need luck finding stuff.
Okay.
There are a number of different mushrooms here. Some various colors. Areas that have been cleared and by big handfuls.
Yeah.
Are any of them growing on the dead body?
No, not right now.
Then there's no magic mushrooms here. Magic super growing mushrooms. They'd be on the dead body.
I don't know. Maybe trolls are toxic to mushrooms?
You're dead now.
Trolls.
Once it's dead, it loses all of its, supernatural features.
I don't think
Toxicity is not necessarily supernatural.
It loses all of its EX abilities too.
Kid.
Now it's just tasty meat.
No.
This is not 3rd edition?
It's dead. It doesn't have any of those powers anymore. Hence, it's not healing damage.
Nah, if we went off the old stuff, it'd be whatever transferred it. All EX stuff transfers when they die.
But we don't.
Yes. So we're going to have to deal with mushrooms, eh? Do you know if it's near or far?
That they covered up the bird.
Where's the compass pointing?
Oh yeah, you woke up.
Because it's probably that way. That's where the mushrooms are. Almost guaranteed.
Well, hopefully closer to Drow City, so we can go there and sell off stuff.
You need a luck check.
Bam. Take that. Now touch my dice.
No! You already hit me with it. I liked these pants, and now I have to burn them.
Don't worry.
You never get that dice back, are
You
you?
only took the good luck from that dice. Well, pass me your d20 then.
Oh, you out of your goddamn mind! You absolute monster!
You literally... Oh, wow. You have to burn your shoes now, too, but, I mean,
I've got 2 extra pairs of those.
I got a 6.
You got a 6. Oh, okay. Hold on,
Plus, I step in dog poop with those. It's fine.
Just technically, I own the dice he's using, but...
They're on your floor, too. I think that's a bigger concern. Dice you can wash with soap. That's a much harder... I was talking about the floor. The carpet's going to be a much more difficult scrubby scrub.
If you get poop on my floor, I'm making you come scrub it.
Well, see, the issue with that is how funny I think it is.
Like, what qualifies as poop?
And, like, what quantity?
Discernible.
Not
Discernible. Okay, we're fine with that.
Yeah, as long as I never know about it, I'm fine. In fact, if you never would have brought it up, I would always be fine.
Well,
I would never know.
Just so you know, everything's covered with poop.
Basically 24/7.
But it's not a discernible amount.
It's just a byproduct of our world.
Every time you flush, the entire bathroom's covered with poop.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, don't drink the water. The fish poop in it.
That's true.
What, water? Like from the toilet?
Also, don't forget, any water you've drank almost always been pee before.
Yeah.
From the dinosaurs!
It's pretty much guaranteed to have 1 point been pee.
Okay.
I'm actually missing a base.
All your base?
Who do they belong to?
Belongs
Us.
to Paw.
His headgear.
Yeah, Paw's missing.
Yeah, you guys can find it. Did you have it last time?
It's probably one of these guys now.
How many are there total?
We got 3, 4.
9.
Yeah, 9.
Well, there would be 10, so there is one more somewhere.
Is it that top one?
Is it purple? Adam can't see it 'cause it's purple.
There you go. There's Paw.
Thank you. Yeah, it is pointing you due west.
Totally in the wrong direction, but compass never lies. It's
Or
gonna.
from here.
Oh, yeah.
It's west.
West is this way.
Never mind.
Never
that's
eat
fine.
shredded wheat.
Yeah. Thinking due east. But yeah.
News.
No. Never eat shredded wheat.
It's a zigzag and it just spells news.
No, it's never eat shredded wheat. Which is
You can be wrong. You are allowed to be wrong.
Well, the wrong
this has
part-
been well established for many years,
No.
and we've all known it.
No, the wrong part is shredded wheat is delicious and everyone should eat it. However, never eat shredded wheat.
You obviously used a circle of some sort, which just wasn't that one.
Yeah, you pretty nice. See, smudge there.
Yeah, that's just free.
Basically worthless. Gotta do the whole map over now.
Yeah, if you can't.
Oh no, all sorts of things are weird.
If you can't freehand a perfect circle, you're basically a crap artist.
I have eventually come to the realization that this is the map that he is drawing,
Yeah.
and so imperfection, and he
That's
has
all
no
his
specific training in drawing a map. So it is
That's
good
why
enough, but
our map is bad because you didn't go into massive debt through your art skills.
but it also means that when I have a region that is wildly out of scale, it's fun.
That's fine.
Right. So we're here,
Yes.
And we want to go left.
and we want to go here.
Yes.
Well,
and the
it is-
compass points that way.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we got to because there's no left turn here. So
Well-
we got to go down around.
Well, we start heading west.
Just, in any of the times you've been following the compass, it has not been there's a path that leads straight there.
Well, yeah.
We're gonna have to go around anyway.
Survival check?
You know what, why not? I'll just let you just automatically succeed, but yeah, check is definitely the right idea.
Well, you've been making me take
I know.
survival checks forever now, so excuse me for assuming.
You actually didn't take it to find this last place last time. I forgot.
14. And depending upon how long we're traveling, I have to try to find food. Which I'm not good at. Because apparently it's super hard in the caverns.
Then none of us are botanists or whatever mycelium study would be to know which of those mushrooms aren't.
Last time when we were at the Dire Trolls Cave, I found edible mushrooms for us to eat. So we at least have one for this day for food.
There are plenty of other mushrooms you can try eating too.
No.
They would probably not be so boring as to just damage you.
So, based off whatever my best guess, how many days away is the Drow City from where we currently are?
Oh, if you wanted to go to the Drow City instead of follow the compass? Okay.
Aren't we following the path to the drought?
Depending on how...
Yes.
Distorted that is.
how clear of a path you could go here. In general, 3-ish days from once you get to the point of the map that you have on there, which would be in distance around 3-ish days from you, so it could be about a week if there's a fairly clear path.
Okay, I just wanted a rough guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the compass is pointing you in a bit of a different direction.
Alright.
Not away, but just sort of skirting the line in the same...
I'll wait until we stop before I ask for your help, Jimmy.
Okay. And yeah, you're able to, it's going to take a few days if you keep following the compass. But so you wanted to do something...
Yes. At night when, whatever, we're getting ready to stop and that, I asked Jimmy for help in improving my
Look.
luck.
Blow on this dowsing rod.
Yeah, and
Luck for
give,
you ladies tonight.
Blow on these dice, if you know what I mean.
and give me some inspiration. I'm going to try to locate object, marble.
Marble?
Yes.
Oh, marble as in the stone, not a single round marble?
Yes, you find the marble. There's a small child playing in the cavern.
Yes, and by that I mean the metamorphosis, the metamorphic rock, not individual.
Yes, and I also give him inspiration.
Okay. Well,
Not that it helped much.
no.
He still got a D6.
Do you offhand know where marble forms?
In limestone deposits.
Okay.
Kind of like gold forms near quartz.
Right, so you get
Limestone deposits tend to be very common throughout cavernous systems, as that is often what had created them.
They do here, but not everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah,
So unless this is the Underdark of Missouri.
it is sort of region specific.
Now that you bring it up!
Does that mean the top, third of it's just clay?
Straight clay. It's clay all the way down.
Well, no, I got you quickly through the clay layer, and then I made you jump away from that. You haven't been clay in ages.
We fell 30 feet through the clay layer.
So I got 10.
10. And you're just basically making a...
I'm casting locate object to see if it's within 1,000 feet.
And then what is the roll?
The roll was a luck check to see if it was in range.
Oh, okay.
And he...
Hey, he just automatically assumed you'd have him roll a luck check.
Oh, I didn't, but there is marble, yes.
Oh, okay.
That was lucky.
How far away is it?
Probably about 500 feet.
Okay. I tried moving around within the area of the caverns to see if there's a closer...
Yeah, you're able to get an area where you can see it. Just sort of sections of a wall on the north floor that are made of it. You have seen it as you've gone through.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you need marble for?
Fabricate
Well,
fancy objects.
Well, I need fabricate because I'm going to need a small polished piece of marble come here in a couple levels. I'm collecting material components now.
Ah. Is that where Erich comes in?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Then that's another one.
You are researching, he is researching spells ahead of time, which is why when he levels up, he gets them, he's been working on them the whole time.
Yes. So yeah.
Technically does make sense, and yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and chip some of the marble out. And I just need 5
Marble
gold.
is technically a variety of different colors potential, correct?
We could just be playing Minecraft right now with Ryan.
We could have been doing that for quite a while. He's really been trying to play Minecraft.
And it's like, so I go ahead and take some of it. I need 5 gold worth, and I'm going to need to polish it up.
Yeah.
How much marble is 5 gold worth?
It depends on the form, and once polished up, if made nice, it all of a sudden becomes a lot less than if... to get 5 gold worth of just marble, it's going to be a big old chunk.
Yeah.
If you polish it up to make it a smooth, nice, sphere or something easier, it'd probably fit in the palm of your
Well,
hand.
I'm going to take more than what I need
Yeah.
because it's going to need to be carved out.
Exactly. But it's large amount, but yeah, once you carve it out, it's not going to be that big.
Alright. Well, I'll have that, and I'll need to do stuff with the silver and the ivory.
What do you need with the silver and the ivory?
The ivory I need to turn into a portal, like a door portal. And I need to also create a small statuette of myself that is worth 1,500 gold. And the silver I need to turn into a 5 gold spoon.
There you go. Very specific answers for all your questions.
Yeah.
He's been doing some research, man.
I just
I
don't
could
know why
also-
you're making it instead of buying it.
Why?
Because that's what his character is.
Yeah.
This character, if you ever know, is a cheapskate.
Yeah, big one.
Need my money.
No, clearly not.
Ink's so expensive.
And now I've got a source of ink.
Yeah.
But magic items don't buy themselves.
Well, there is that one cursed one.
It's like some of them.
So the shopkeeper's like, no, that's yours now.
Alright, I'm done.
Anyone else do anything over your ass?
Nope, but I didn't think that there should be a cursed item. It's a cursed money pouch, and it teleports your money to nearby beggars.
Also, I'll go ahead and ask the sword.
Does it transfer ownership whenever it finds somebody richer?
Yeah, they just involuntary charity.
Just throwing it at rich people.
Smack them, they can't get rid of it.
No.
Will we be attacked by mushrooms?
Yes.
Well, that would all depend on how you treat the mushrooms.
It'd be coin bag Mao.
I would have liked the question, where's the next bit of danger up ahead?
Around that corner.
That'd be very specific and good to know.
I just feel I haven't used it recently, might as well.
Yeah.
I haven't had a pertinent question because we're not currently in my section of campaign of story moves forward. Because, really, this is Erich's dream. Just continuous adventure in the Underdark. Me and Bob don't have much of story.
But it's like, I've got a compass now. You think I'm ever going to stop?
To be fair, the early part of the game was specifically Bob's story. Like, that is
Yeah,
literally...
the first story was my story.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Now the goal is just to keep him around.
yeah, I evidently have to go start some war with some limbo things. Or whoever is controlling Slotty. But that hasn't come up in a while.
Yeah, probably
Thanks for bringing that up, Nick.
along the next day, going through the cavern, you get to the point, and you can kind of tell just based on moving your compass, like, okay, we're getting pretty close. Just by as the needle starts to move when you move your hand, it's like, okay, we're pretty much there. You discover a trio of hung
Yeah, they
and
are.
gutted drow, pinned with pittons into the stone ceiling, and literally like guts spilled out.
Do they
Either
stink?
yes.
Mage
good.
armor.
There's probably a series of bugs that have gathered.
Any of them,
Now,
those
do you
delicious,
think that had
delicious slugs?
happened before the compass started pointing here, or did the compass know?
I'm going to go with the compass is magic.
I'm going to say the compass
Is
did
this,
it.
is this the area that the compass was pointing us to?
Compass is inhabited by a soul of a serial killer.
I'd suggest people that we freeze for a moment.
Hammer
Hammer
time?
time?
Nah, it's fine.
Yes, he wanted to collect another bit of mineral.
No, we need to get those pittons down. We don't have enough.
No, not that.
Do these people have signs saying that he committed crimes, or do they just like
There
brutalize?
is no sign.
Okay,
Oh,
so we
good.
see the dead bodies of the drow up there, right?
I go and see what they have.
Here.
Are they just like pinned to a wall?
They are ropes are pinned to the ceiling of the cavern. Their feet are. You can actually see. Their feet are when you're on the ground around Iowa. You can actually go up.
I cut them down.
Easy enough for you.
Yeah, he's got a
Walking up.
sword. Do you brandish it wildly?
No.
The point being, he can walk on walls. And the first, in my mind, having not for some reason thought this through, the first challenge was getting to the.
Getting to them, I go up the wall. I get up there and I just cut the ropes.
I also can climb walls.
Yeah, but it costs you actual resources.
Yeah, I have to cast a spell.
He doesn't even have to do that. But yeah, you cut them down.
Do they have any things?
No.
They're just naked, gutted drow.
Yes.
So they're well hung.
Dead bodies into the bag with you.
Yeah, no investigation check on.
Well, yeah, we'll take a look at them.
Thank you.
Just not fill the bodies. Go to the city.
Saying,
No,
then never mind that.
Are all the bodies in your bag rotting and stinking right now?
No, most
These
of them are
three are.
bones. The only actual fleshy body that would have anything that could decay
is Potion Lady.
Yeah, Potion Lady.
But these three will stank up all of it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be very goopy.
Yeah, I said I helped.
Oh, if you help. 16, so... yeah, 25.
25, yes. Easiest thing, yeah, definitely. Initially, with how they have some sort of serrated blades, seem to have been used for much of the work. You can find that they, as far as you know, it is fairly evident they were killed before being hung. There are injury wounds that suggest that.
Arcana check to figure out whether or not this was some ritual that I've maybe even gleaned something of.
Okay, well, we can get to that here.
I haven't finished the first description yet.
Go ahead.
Because you also are able to find sort of trails of things, blood leading off down a particular direction. And otherwise, what seems like, see, 20, was it 25, the first one?
Yeah, it's 25.
Yeah. Basically looks like you find fragments of things that look like almost like whatever clothes, whatever they had been torn from them.
And dragged off, or this was the murder site and then their stuff was taken?
It looks like their stuff was taken, and probably this is the murder site, although...
Give them a quick...
Yeah.
Have safe journeys on your next travel.
Yeah. You know, I got symbols to love. These are drow. That's who they worship. Universally, without exception.
They're also traveling.
Well, yeah, but he's more about...
And then
safety
your
to the
Arcana
next
check was
drow.
to what?
To determine whether or not I would recognize a ritual or something of that nature.
And what'd you get?
I got a 29.
29? Not of anything you are aware of. Nothing arcane in nature. Seems far too barbaric of a savage of a practice for anything specific. Doesn't look like it was. It does not look like enough care was put into it for it to be something as dark as an arcane. Could be some sort of divine thing to a dark god, but at that point it would be.
They were just having fun.
Any major organ specifically missing from any of the bodies?
Yeah, you have a
Medicine
check for that, brother?
I'm already ready to go. Come on, I've said peace over them, gave a big prayer to love. These three look like they had a bad time. So,
10.
10? Nothing that you know of seems to be missing. Some stuff is,
They're missing
spilled out below.
It's like, 2 eyes, 2 hands, 3 feet, it's all there.
It's like, I was just basically, do these things have their heart, their liver, and, like, their kidneys? Or, if each one was missing their heart...
How many hearts do you get people got? 2? I think it's 2.
I got a 10. People have, like, 1 heart, 1 liver, 2 kidneys, some lungs.
The only reason I know is
Some
experience.
maybe it's 3, maybe it's 4, who knows? I mean, the kids these days.
Alright. Prestidigitation dead bodies so they don't stink as bad.
They will quickly begin stinking again because they are rotting.
That's fine. I'll take out some ointment and rub it on there. So
And they are still rotting.
Just Vaseline them up.
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm just
They're
pointing it out.
going to
They're gonna
sting. They're going to sting, but I can make it less.
Or, more importantly, whenever he takes them out and they become actual zombies,
And
he
that's
just
fine.
prestidigitations them all the time.
Yeah.
Instead of Queen, just go with floral scent.
I I'd go with something really neutral.
I had a thought of playing a grave cleric who was really against undead, and it makes the campaign a lot better that I'm not playing that character. Walking around, just reposing everybody I get my hands on.
Is that like a first level spell?
Yeah.
It's a ritual, but...
A ritual that prevents raising undead.
For only like a week.
Hey man, a week's a week. Long enough for it to get buried deep.
Brian has to carry stuff around forever to get anything done. He wakes up, you're sitting there over his bag.
Repose your whole storage space.
How many were there?
3.
Okay.
Should we follow that blood trail?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
Blood trail. Question, how fresh does it look?
Probably in a couple days.
Okay. Alright, we should be moving ahead cautiously.
Mm-hmm.
I move ahead impetuously.
So moving ahead cautiously means that you are following at a slow pace?
Yeah,
I think it just means that they put me in front and we move at normal speed.
I'd say that we should check the blood trail as we move through to see whether or not we get something fresher or any indication that it's leading someplace.
Yeah, I just figured we were going to be following the blood trail.
Yeah.
The trail is fairly easy to follow while it lasts, and you spend probably at least half a day following it.
Check the compass.
To the point where, there's a certain point where the compass is not pointing anywhere at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It'll take it a while.
In case you haven't realized, it resets at dawn as per magic item numbers. So it's like with the new day. Other than that one time where you upset it.
I don't remember that happening.
That was the first time it reset. And I'm like, no, he would reset it early for that.
I don't remember it being special.
There was one time it reset while you looked at it.
I do not remember that happening.
I do. So I'm like, yeah, that would happen. Anyways, but yeah, generally it's with the new day. But otherwise, when it gets late, do you just pick a spot and camp as normal? Or...
Before I start camping, I cast Arcane Eye, and I'm going to have it look around in the general vicinity of where we are.
Oh, you got access to that?
Yep.
That thing's a great scouting tool.
So I go ahead and have it go all around the area until it runs out of duration.
How far does it go? Or
30 feet around, and it can fly, it's invisible, it can see up to 30 feet, it's got dark vision, lasts an hour.
How far can it get from you? Or it just has to be within...
are you going a specific direction with it, or...?
Just in our general area.
Alright, you just sort of circle around you.
Yeah.
Nothing particular.
Okay.
Because then it'll come down to how far it can go and what's its speed.
It's 30 feet, can look in every direction, so it's omni-viewing.
I don't believe it has a limit as far as how far from you it can go.
Far from me it can go, it's going to be based off time and 30 feet movement speed.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, as an action, move the eye up to 30 feet in any direction. No limit on how far away it can be from you. But it cannot enter another plane. There we go. And solid barriers block its movement unless it's got a 1-inch diameter that it can pass through.
Yeah, and things exceedingly... Ritual or not?
No.
Oh. Still, exceedingly useful. 10 minutes or an hour?
Hour. So, it's something that we can use to look ahead.
At a very brisk walk
Mm.
for an hour. Though, you have to be carried while we're doing it.
Yeah, we could carry me, and it could go ahead of us if we need it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got the feeling that because you have to sit and concentrate the whole time that it's...
Well, he has to
It's a
spend an
concentration
action.
spell,
So
and
he
it does
could
take
do
an
it
action.
and walk.
Yeah.
It's like, technically we wouldn't have to carry him. He still has a move action.
And if we needed to carry me, I can just have minions do that.
Yeah.
It also, if it's certain, for what purpose are you having it search around then?
And just to see if there's anything in the surrounding caverns.
Also,
Point being, if you just keep going, then it's not in the caverns that you're going to be resting around.
Right. I was just checking to see if there's any monsters in our general vicinity before we set up shop.
I know, but the thing is, he is thinking you're still keeping going
No,
while you're doing that.
no.
He's talking about continuing to walk while you're doing that, which is why I'm confused.
he's
No,
talking
I'm
theoretical.
talking theoretical.
Oh.
It's a
Don't
very,
be theoretical!
Yeah.
it's a great skill
no
for
purpose.
theoretical.
Yeah, no, I got the switch over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, Lehman's Hut alarm.
Yeah.
There's something's just going to grow in this hut, but we're going to know because of alarm.
Also, the area of the alarm is much bigger than the hut itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that depends on what you want.
Mental alarm.
No, the area of alarm to be.
Oh,
As
Choose
in
an area or a portal.
Yeah. Because, theoretically,
20-foot cube.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, another relatively peaceful evening.
Mm-hmm.
Bird scavenging from corpses in your dreams, but
Yeah, that's right.
yes, these things do happen. And carry on the next day, continuing to follow the trail.
Yes.
A couple hours into the day, you come to what looks like was a spot where whatever had done this had stopped. Find remains of a fire. Following this, the trail is not going to be nearly so easy to follow, as it looks like they bothered to do some level of cleaning.
Okay.
You also find a lot, actually, yeah.
We could investigate to find out
Yeah.
stuff to know about them.
Which way
Yeah.
is the compass pointing?
Make a luck check.
21.
21.
23 on investigation.
Okay.
Whichever way the compass pointing is, I say that's the way it went. Obviously.
Because it
investi-
obviously points backwards.
And it must have doubled back.
Investigation, you also notice, and it looks like a lot of it was just thrown into the fire as it was, but there are things,
Yeah.
lots of bits of fabric that seemed to have been burnt, some scraps that were leather, you'd even find, looks like had a binding of what had been a book. It was
Burning books, those monsters.
basically just arbitrary things that seem to have been thrown into a fire here. There is a bit of path that continues to sort of lead,
How old,
north.
How old would I have guessed the fire
Northwest?
would have been?
About 2 days.
No.
Um,
And it's like, I point that out, and it's like, it appears that this was a fire that was set 2 days ago, so we might be that far behind somebody. If they've kept moving, that is. And based off my map, where do I think we are?
Here's
Yeah. So we're going
northwest is where the bit of the path that seems to lead away from here seems to go. Your compass, and you said 21.
Yes.
is pointing south-southwest. So it's pointing back this direction.
Oh. Perpendicular to where we're going.
Between shredded and wheat.
Not exactly perpendicular.
Well, if it's going that way, it's going that way.
Except this point's north-northwest, and this is south-southwest. Which is
Oh,
further... Yeah. I'm not just
you're
randomly saying it twice. It is not an actual diagonal. It's closer to the one that I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
It is an obtuse angle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got guessing maybe 4 or 5, maybe a week's journey to the Drow Town if we...
Well, if we hit that main road, that's really straight.
Yeah. So we might be able to get there a bit quickly, but we're about 2 days out from potentially finding whoever did this ritual.
It depends on the pace that you take.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if we hurry, we might be able to catch up to
Because
them.
you were about 2 days back from them yesterday when you found the bodies.
No, we were like 3 days back.
Oh, you were about 2 days back then. You're now about 2 days back now.
Say if we want to chase this guy down, we could, but...
I figure we haven't finished with the
You had
compass.
a what on your investigation?
Which time?
Just this most recent one. At the
23.
camp. 23. You would also ascertain probably 2 people.
Oh, okay. We seem to have potentially 2 assailants, or
Yeah,
2
you would
culprits.
definitely be able to notice.
2 ritualists. And it's like, so we got maybe 2 guys, and at this pace we won't catch up with them. We'd have to actually chase them down.
Well, that's if they're fleeing at full speed. But I'm cool with that. I say we haven't finished that compass point yet. Though, the compass is pointing into a new direction. I figure finding the murderers and their stuff is good. But can we continue following the trail, or does anyone need to make a check? If so, I help. And I
Someone will
inspire.
need to make a survival check in order to track.
Well, I help Bob and give him an inspiration.
And remember, the compass points in the direction. Clearly, they went that direction, then doubled back.
Inspiration's a D6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's 22, 26, 27.
27 is actually pretty good.
Oh, thank you. Nailed it.
Yeah.
All on my own with no help at all.
Let's say your first one a 1.
There wasn't a first one. I rolled them both at the same time, so you're dumb.
He is arguing that no, the second one was the one. That was the one you gave him.
I bring up that if these are known people, we might be able to get the reward if we turn them in to the Drow City, considering they're killing Drow.
Mm-hmm. Heck, if they were just bandits, I figured they would just kill people and leave them versus hang them up and gut them.
This isn't bandit behavior. Unless this is an elaborate scheme that's gone too far.
You see, we had practical joke.
Apparently they're Russian?
I didn't think that was a Russian accent, but
That was clearly a Russian accent.
It's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Aww. Go cool it off.
but otherwise, it takes you about another 2 days moving at a faster pace in order to catch up. And also, you had enough to know once you're close and give you
Enough time to
enough
set
time
up
to
maneuver.
enough time to stop and choose how to approach.
Okay.
Cast Mage Act?
Yeah, and cast Arcane Eye and go and scout ahead.
Lose a spell slot.
Oh, yeah. But it's not losing if it does you.
Yeah, if it gets a whole bunch. Like, the only thing to remember with Arcane Eyes, you can't hear anything from it unless you have the ability to read lips, which...
I do.
Yeah.
That's still not hearing.
Well, yeah, but... And it's omnidirectional, so you can see both parties while they're talking. And the sensor's invisible.
Yes.
You see a couple of half-orcs.
Yeah.
For some reason, I really thought you were going to say a child.
A couple, a child.
No, can you see what I see?
Oh.
Okay. So,
Well, like when a child is shivering in the cold, you bring him silver and gold. That's how you sort out the problems.
I mean, it's
Cold? Like it's? No, I'm thinking metal.
Here
Silver
you
gold.
go,
How
cold
about
baby.
some like perfume? What's wrong with you? You are terrible parents.
Yeah. I get an idea of where their position is.
Yeah.
Okay. I go ahead and
You find them as they're setting up a camp, and they're
okay. So they're setting up a camp, so it looks like they're going to be here for a while. I go ahead and it's like, all right, I know where they are. They're in these positions. I'm going to go ahead and cast a ritual and cast Rary's telepathic bond.
okay.
So yeah, I've connected our minds together so we can communicate.
Non-verbally.
Yes.
I believe you all have to be willing for him to do that.
I am.
Sure,
Hey, crazy.
this should be funny.
Yeah.
He can't normally talk, but now all of a sudden you're...
Well, we could talk through the stone.
If he thinks it, we hear it.
Yes.
It's like I can finally use my double stealth proficiency.
Anyway.
I was thinking I'd just walk up and ask them if they've committed any murders recently.
Yeah, we should try talking to him.
Well, I mean, I figure I should try talking to them.
I could stealth in behind that and,
I was going to make the two of them invisible and we deal with this, that way.
The American way.
Mm.
So telepathic bond is in concentration?
No. Nope, it's a ritual that I can cast, no concentration, lasts for an hour.
Cool.
It was designed for the exact purpose he is just now using it for.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we can do
So
that.
yeah, you can go up and talk to him. We can sneak in and be invisible.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make the two of you invisible. Alright, major armor.
Go ahead and sneak in first, I guess.
You guys can go in first. You're invisible ones.
Yeah, sure, I'll sneak.
Clank, 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 clank.
I don't have silence. That's one of your spells.
And even if I did, I can't cast it on him. It's an area.
Yes.
And something says, that's also very noticeable when everything just turns off.
You can kind of like angle the area so he'd be like sneaking into the side and be quiet, and you'd have like an area that's blocked that isn't like directly on top of them.
Yeah, I just go ahead and say, Kalidan, give me a moment to get ahead of your clanky butt.
Well, the bigger question I've got is, does my axe that is on fire, is that still invisible fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, your equipment becomes invisible with you.
Oh.
Does it shed light, though?
No.
Oh, okay.
That would completely not be fair if it shed light. That'd be... Even I would start calling shenanigans.
Yeah, it's like, no, that doesn't... Don't be stupid. Of course not. It's invisible.
But it's only magic.
Yeah. So go ahead and sneak up.
Do you speak orc?
Me?
I speak giant. It doesn't matter. We're not here to talk to them.
But they are currently speaking to each other in orc.
I do not know orc.
I go
So
ahead
did
and...
we veto my plan of just walking
No,
up?
you still get to do that. We're just in ahead.
Yeah, then I just walk up.
Yeah, I sneak around behind the group to cover any escape exit. go ahead and pull out my crossbow.
They have, as you guys often do, set up off in a little bit of cavern. It sets off to an outside bit.
I'll walk up as I please.
First, I think they're coming into position first. You need stealth checks. Do you have disadvantage?
I'm in full plate. I don't know if it does that.
Yes.
Yes. All heavy armor gets disadvantage on stuff.
And this for some reason.
I think one of them doesn't.
No, I'm pretty sure all of them do.
Pretty sure one of them doesn't.
There are medium.
I think the lowest one.
There are medium.
There are
armor.
medium ones that don't.
Yeah, there are medium ones that don't, but all heavy armor do.
They impose disadvantage on stealth.
15.
Okay.
Really
Does my invisibility help at all?
no, gives you a disadvantage on stealth. You're making noise.
It allows you to make the check.
5,
5.
I think. There. Yeah, 5.
They hear you. You said you were going in Ono first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get in behind them.
Yeah, so you're already in sort of the cavern off behind them.
I cover for the noise. It was me the whole time.
Yeah. Technically, from their response to him, one of them is sort of saying, something.
We don't know
Basically,
what they're saying.
well, yeah, you're getting sort of.
They're motioning at the noise.
Yeah, but you get the feeling one of them hears and one does not.
No,
I definitely hear.
Don't be an idiot.
But one of them sort of gets up to sort of peek out of their cove. You're probably just outside as they get probably within 5 feet of you, and they're looking back and forth. And here comes glowy footsteps. Sort of backs in away from you as you stand there near the entrance, and says something.
That's probably rude.
They kind of like whisper down and their voices.
Do you think people feel hexes?
Feel them?
It's a hostile action, isn't it?
Well,
The
definitely
one,
break
the, one that
stealth.
the one that gives them disadvantage, they would.
I think actually feel them was probably the most accurate way to.
And a
Either way, it'll break
leather-
the stealth, but I know it would break the stealth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you choosing to do this? Okay.
No.
Yeah, they're walking back and they sort of talk in whispered voices. And what you see up ahead is a little bit of a very faint light. They've not quite lit a fire. They were getting it going, and one of them takes off a leather cloak and just over top to snuff out what they'd started.
Well, I call it to the undercounting. Hail there, travelers. Hail.
You don't actually see them.
I thought they peeked out. I saw them.
Someone looked out and then peeked back in.
So I didn't see that?
You might have, but you know that he has no He did not step out. He...
Well, yeah, I saw that. Therefore, hail, travelers.
Yeah, hail. The universal greeting for all peoples.
Especially the Allfather.
But otherwise, as you do that, not seeing anyone, you notice the faint light that there was go away.
That seems suspicious. But it's suspicious enough to immediately drop a 5th level spell inside that cove.
We're in that cove, you dick.
I can't see
Technically,
you.
just you are in that cove. He's just outside the
And I
cove.
can't see you,
He
so how
can't
am I
see
supposed to
either.
know? How tall is the ceiling?
You're telepathically bonded, that's how you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sending you pictures. What's a
Send
brain?
you aloud, all caps, dodge!
Well,
Fuck you, Piccolo!
I just say go for it.
Put it in all caps.
I would suggest taking that
How high
action.
is
It
it?
gives
How
you
high
at
is the
least
ceiling?
advantage on the reflex save.
About 10 feet.
I walk on the ceiling,
Okay.
and I cross that corner.
As you get to the corner, you cannot see into the room. The room that they are in is a lower cavern.
That's fine by me. That sounds like cover.
I move up to where I don't need to make a stealth check, but I'm at the edge of the room as best as I am able.
You would need a stealth check in order to move up to the outside of the room.
Okay, then I move outside of that distance.
Make a...
Investigation.
I'm gonna make this
Wisdom?
Straight up wisdom, yeah.
12.
Well, okay. And make a stealth check anyways. You have disadvantage for a
Natural
specific
20. No, advantage.
From what?
From being
Grace.
a gnome. Yeah.
Oh. So you're good, and you're still...
Yeah. Natural
Did he have
20.
disadvantage?
No, he's not wearing armor or anything.
No.
It would be all those undead behind him that don't have advantage.
I'm assuming they're further...
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll stay further
Yeah.
back.
You think that it doesn't matter, but you think that even if you did get too close, that you'd be fine.
Right.
Well, technically, you got more than 20.
Right.
You said natural. I
Oh,
understand.
yeah. Okay.
Let's see. I get plus
But otherwise, yes, you're a bit down the hall. You're immediately outside. You're inside, and you're just outside, but on the ceiling.
Yeah. And they don't want to answer?
They, well, you can probably find out from
Yeah.
Jimmy. They are basically laying low against the sides of the cavern, waiting for you to pass by.
Oh, so they're not trying to ambush me.
No,
So-
they put out their light, and they stood against the walls of their internal cavern. Yeah,
Do they have weapons drawn, ready to strike him, or are they just
they're not drawn, but they have hands on.
I
Well,
think an
I'm
awesome
outside
call
the cavern.
again.
I keep talking to him. Maybe we could
What do
come
you
to
say?
an arrangement, share a fire.
And you're still just speaking Undercommon?
The only language I think they're likely to speak.
Okay.
You could try and combat.
Yeah, I think.
Primordial.
I think of any of you. Do any of you speak Orcish?
No.
Yeah.
You don't speak Orcish. You also don't know that that's what... I mean, you can guess that's what they're speaking.
Yeah. Does anyone speak this language I'm hearing?
What language is it? I don't know. What are they? Orcs? It's probably Orcish.
That's racist. It's high noble.
It's just stereotypical. It'd be very odd for an orc to be nothing but speaking
Well, they're not speaking
Harmonic.
Yeah.
Terran, something like that.
Yeah, it's like they're not speaking common. They're probably speaking their race language, a language we all, instinctually get from birth.
That is not how that works.
That is specifically how that works.
That is specifically how that works for you, the Aasimar, who understands Celestial, one of the not race languages.
Totally a race language of race, and I have it.
No!
Or the orcs speaking whatever the natural language of the Modron or something.
Had to chill. Bounce my knee. Take that table.
Alright. So
they don't appear to speak Undercommon?
If they do, they are not responding to you.
Try Normal Common.
And you would know because he knows. They do seem to at least understand what he say.
What he say?
Well, yeah, and try and invite them out. It's going to be dangerous traveling alone out here. I'd rather not walk into an enclosed space with two people I don't know.
Are
And
they
two
smart
people
enough?
you totally do.
Yeah, hold on.
No.
I definitely know we're there.
Yeah, so it's like, are they smart enough to put that together? You didn't see two of us.
They dare not. Well, then just keep going.
You see any other elf guys around here recently? Not around here, but maybe.
Nope, none of them.
Yeah, I'm looking for these 3 elf guys I was supposed to find. They were all dudes, right?
No. 2 of them were.
yeah.
Okay, I was looking for three elves, 2.
Well, Eric's
2
jacking his
men,
jaws.
1
I'm
woman.
like, hey Jimmy, do they got serrated weaponry on them?
They have swords or...
They have blades.
Yeah.
You can't...
No,
They're
they're
not
sheathed.
currently drawn, so you can't see.
Yeah, it's like. I asked him if whatever. I tried to think if there's any of the equipment that I kind of gotten that was taken from them. I tried to see if Jimmy can see any of that on them.
You don't know what they'd had to know what would have been taken.
Yeah, I'm trying to guess based off
The
of...
obvious things they would have had would be clothing, but you have seen that they have used that for fires.
Right, that they had burned the... basically, I'm just trying to make a guess as to what the
Some
might
people
have had.
don't go into the Underdark with firewood.
You finally used that, didn't you?
I used
Some of it.
one of my two.
Well, what was your most recent question? I've been dealing with him.
I was asking if the I'm
Elves,
looking for some
two
elves,
dudes and a girl?
two guys and a girl, and if they'd seen them.
Nope, never like that.
Insight?
Yeah.
I believe it's...
Insight is the detecting lies.
Yes.
I don't think it will work for you because you can't actually hear him. You could hear him saying what they say, but that wouldn't let you insight it.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
I think that the walls are
24.
free.
24.
I mean,
There's a distinct possibility my character wasn't even paying attention.
they don't seem to necessarily be directly lying.
20. Yeah.
They also don't necessarily seem to be paying attention to exactly what... They seem more of they're just saying whatever, rather than specifically
No, they're just
considering the
yes-anding.
question. Yeah.
Well,
It's like, you're not positive that...
It's like,
ask him, you want to share a fire? I can share some ale.
We don't have one.
I think just go ahead and ask
Would
if
you like
they...
me to set a fire for you?
And it's like, just go ahead and ask if they murder the people. If they draw weapons and attack you, we'll just put them down.
They don't want to set a fire for him either?
No, we've got that covered.
You commit any murders lately?
Don't think so.
I don't know. Seems legit.
He isn't making an insight check either. He's
just
just
looked down on the compass.
taking him at face value.
Alright, so...
Just look at them. Do they have stuff worth stealing? If not, I'm just going to put them down because bandits need to be put down.
They have...
These are
Bags
just because
and
they're orcs doesn't
sack
mean
and-
they're necessarily bandits.
We literally tracked them campsite to campsite
Hey, man.
from a murder site.
But which they may not have been responsible for.
If you look at our activities, they kind of look like murderers a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Seems
question.
legit.
Based off the investigation we did at the last campsite, was there any sort of whatever impressions that they might have left to where they laid that would have given me an idea of their body type?
No.
Alright.
None. I was thinking about it real hard, but I'm like,
Jimmy, did they have any religious iconography on them?
They have necklaces and chains and things, but nothing that you specifically recognize now.
Yeah, it's like, does anyone know what orcs worship?
The blood god?
probably an orc god.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have a religion now, don't you?
He's got a couple,
Yeah.
when you word it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do not know what the orc gods are.
It's like, theoretically, you can roll and you just have access
I mean,
to that.
not the
but
official ones. I ran into a couple orc tribes which were worshipping their chieftain, who they believed was the personification of some ancient orc mage, but I don't think that was a proper god.
So no knowledge of corruption.
So he's still a thing.
Remember, this game uses the deities from deities and demigods. Also, yes.
Could have just said yes. Didn't have to make you feel bad.
That's on 12.
12?
He's one of the greater deities, isn't he?
13.
As
Maybe
And-
16.
elf, yes, you have heard of Grumsh.
Then yeah.
There's a bit of a feud between...
Well, can you describe any of the solar symbols?
He's a Cyclops.
Hanging eyes, and, like, checking their necklace.
There's some eye iconography within this stuff, yeah.
I think these guys might worship Grumsh.
He is not as friendly as Farlingen.
That is not a high bar.
Ask if they worship Grumsh. I want to see how they react.
Ask if Grumsh has any debel and hanging people from ceiling rituals.
So, what's your opinion on Grumsh? Pretty cool guy?
These guys are not giving me much to work with.
It's like, I don't know what you want me to do. Am I supposed to blow up?
In case you don't know, they have low charisma.
I'm like, am I supposed to blow up the whole cavern? I say that loud.
No.
See, this sounds good to me. I mean, like, we got the wrong guys. And my compass is pointing somewhere completely different.
Are you still talking
Yeah.
out loud?
Yes.
Yes, you got the wrong guys.
At this point, we'll just keep
To which the other replies, I'm not a guy.
Wait, that's a lady?
Do you speak out loud?
No. But I think really hard. Wait, that's a lady?
It's like, just keep
We
them
hear
talking.
that.
I start going through their stuff.
Make a stealth check with disadvantage, and
I'm making a performance.
I'm
I'm going to tell him a great story about this one time I ran into this guy who
That orc
wanted a whole
chieftain.
bunch of orc chieftains. He claimed to be the reincarnation of an ancient orc mage. And I talk about some of the things he did. You know, some of the great battles he had, etc. I got
You get advantage
got an
for being
18.
invisible.
18.
So you get null.
Either way, the first one was the low one, so.
You,
Yeah, 20.
20? Yeah, you sort of set up to try and see some of the things that they'd left sort of sitting along the thing. And you actually get, sort of an eye of one of them as one of them sort of starts walking out.
They ripped out their eye?
Just to point around the corner so they could peek.
They do worship girls!
Yeah, they do worship Grumsh.
Get an eye of one of them means you get to see one of them. He is basically coming to the mouth of the cavern.
He
and
can
it's
see the
take-
glowing purpleness.
From above.
Yeah, it's
But then again, the ceiling's only 10 foot high, so your head's actually probably
yeah,
like
yeah,
your
they
garage
come
level.
out and you're
Just speaking out.
Ask
Yeah.
them why they're on the ceiling.
How'd you get up there?
no, this is normal.
That's a neat trick.
Just out charisma? No, you're on the ceiling.
They start freaking out.
Start trying to climb up
It's a
onto
nasty
the
fall.
Magics, is it your magic?
No, you can tell because it doesn't explode.
That's
Well, you keep bringing up these explosions. Why would you do that?
very good question. Why would you do that?
Yeah, you find various bits of weaponry attached to the sides, and as you sort of unbuckle what is a heavy like leather sack that does have bits of dried blood, etc. on it, you find all sorts of bits and bobs inside, various there's definitely coinage along the bottom. You can just tell from sort of the weight as it sits, but there's daggers and knives, and there's flasks and water skins. There are various necklaces and rings, bits of jewelry. You find
Any dolphins?
any stuff to string people up from the ceiling.
in the bag that you're looking through. No, you're not seeing any rope.
No pins.
You're seeing more weapons than a person would normally have strapped to the outside or stuffed inside of it.
Any big serrated blades?
Nothing inside of it specifically. There are some small ones that happen to be serrated, but I mean there are the whole, cutlery sets and.
Well, they're bags full of literal bloody goods.
Like ours aren't.
We have only killed one bandit who tried to rob us first. Everything else we've killed is monsters.
Yeah. So, maybe they're in the same business.
They seem to have a bunch of rings and jewelries that I don't think these orcs are blinged out with, so it's probably
Are
all.
there any dolphins on the jewelry?
They do have
Because if there's
some-
dolphins, then we know it's orc.
What?
world's largest dungeon.
Yeah.
Orcs carrying around dolph iconography, man.
Yeah.
Dolphins are just big with orcs.
That's
No
level-
dolphins.
Level 1 stuff.
It might not be theirs.
You wouldn't recognize dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only Erich would, maybe.
A story could tell that would be, completely believable with the sailor.
Let's be straight. Had I never seen a dolphin, I would still claim to recognize one.
Yes.
Don't worry, you've seen one.
No, you probably claim it's a mermaid or something.
Erich, we'll have to have you tell us
seen those
stories
too.
about the animals from the surface. You've been around. You've probably seen a bunch.
He just lies, everybody. just all I'm hearing in my head is, you realize all he does is lie, right?
I object. I have never told a lie in my
You're too
entire
busy
life.
telling a story to these guys.
Pause and take it aside.
You just stop and go, I do not.
And then what? Dramatic pause. And then...
Some douchebag accused me of lying.
ridiculous, like I would ever.
So, group vote, I say these guys are the murderers, we put them down, take their stuff. Because it's not murder to murder a murderer.
It specifically is. So,
Still
it's
murder.
that.
Well, not if it's legally allowable, no longer murder. Then it's just killing somebody.
They're still roaming random barbarians. I say we go ahead and do the non-lethal takedown, and then we can take them into town to see if they're
Why
criminals.
bother? I'll tell them a great story, we'll hang out, we'll part friends.
More importantly, I don't want to carry a freaking... I don't want to play guard duty to orcs.
Mm.
We all deal with
and
this
you had an
thing with
18?
corpses.
Yeah.
As you're telling your story, you pretty much figure out the back away to the corner as one of them goes to move the cavern and continue with lighting their fire.
Mm-hmm.
You look hungry. Friend of orc, come.
Yeah. So,
Well, yeah,
Here.
until they slip up, I guess I just hang out in the room, or it's like, give me a heads
How
up.
long does invisibility last?
Hour.
Hour? Okay.
Yeah, give me a heads up, like a couple seconds before. If I haven't decided by then, I'm just going to crossbow the back of one of their heads in.
But otherwise, they will light a fire, and they're like, just getting ready here. And they start, the one that you have established is female, Baggy, will start pouring things out of one of the other bags. As once you sort of settle down in here, you notice they have about 6 bags that they have been carrying around with them. And basically she is pulling out pot, just sort of randomly setting it under the fire that is largely some sort of fungus kind of log material, but to which, as from one bag they're just using tindering of bits of spare cloth. Not unlikely.
just what they have on hand.
Yeah, just there. But otherwise, just sort of pulling out various unidentifiable bits of meat and, pouring from, goes into the bag, he searches through and pulls out a flask and just sort of pours liquid from that into it. Just bits of mushrooms or vegetation that they have, and just sort of starting to cook up a soup.
They got some cups?
They'll have little, what are basically, they have bowls, nice silver work, kind of.
Yeah, fill those up for them.
Yeah.
It's like, drink quick, or it goes away.
They'll go with that. Look, the kind to have been with our kind. The surface, we've heard. They wipe out a great many human.
Oh, yeah. I've seen a lot of humans die.
Oh, tell those stories.
Also, I think they think you're human, not a half-elf.
That's fine.
I start walking quietly over? I don't know.
Yeah, just from the point where you have settled, you can see this. As they're kind of in the middle of their little cavern, and you have a straight shot from you are basically standing about 5 foot away from the entrance in the middle of the cavern. Outside is where they pretty much noticed you when you stopped. So you can see into the room where they're just standing. It's like... But otherwise, there's some things. And around the time that they are dishing out soup... yeah.
Unidentifiable chunks of meat.
Hey, man, I've had strange meat before.
True, and none of the
In
bodies
eating it, one of the things you do notice is whatever was in that flask was definitely just alcohol that they'd cooked it all in.
There you go.
See, now it's definitely clean.
Yeah, it's fine. You all act like you never ate people before.
Besides, it's not cannibalism.
I've been on some islands. Let me tell you.
Do you bring up any suspicion with that to them verbally?
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking
Do I
you're very
recognize
loud.
it as people?
Not specifically, no.
No.
I said you did not identify it, so no.
Yeah, dark elf tastes different.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I've never had drow before.
Besides,
No,
it's totally
flavor?
different species, not cannibalism. Because they can talk, all of a sudden you're not allowed to eat them.
No, I'm just thinking he's half elf.
Yeah,
Is
but
it
not that
half
kind.
Cannibalism.
He's not that kind.
I didn't. Whatever. I asked the question. Do we want to have Erich invite us over?
But anyways, around the time that they're dulling that out is when you know that you have probably about a minute until that hour is up.
Okay. It's like, yeah, I asked the question. Do we want to just have Erich invite us over to the campfire?
I would rather just the back shot for...
So bloodthirsty.
They
These are
seem-
good people who enjoy stories. Look at them just making their way in the world.
It's like I've got another idea as far as maybe getting
Just
them to tell us what
struggling.
the deal is.
Well, you come and try to do that, I'll just stand very still
Look,
here in the corner.
If these were
You'll
bad
lose
orcs,
invisibility
surely
if I
one of my
attempt it.
two holy symbols
I'm full-
would be
fine
set
with
fire
that.
at my chest.
Alright.
Neither one is, therefore they both be okay.
I don't think you're a cleric yet, or you get that kind of thing, jerk line.
I
Erich,
assume that's how it works.
Erich, would you mind saying that your friends are coming and you want to introduce us?
Well, I didn't mention you before. It'd break the continuity if I mention you now.
You're fucking up the story, Ryan.
And it's like, well, I want to come over.
Well, show up.
Okay, fine.
Hell!
And it's like, yeah, I'll go ahead and come over to the fire and be like, hail, in common.
They just sort of stop and stare. We'll be right back. And they both sort of get up.
Are you still...
Hail.
You're standing right behind me, aren't you, Ryan?
No,
You
he's actually
cowardly-
right in front of you. He's
And then
You're
said,
tiny.
yes, but I'm friendly, and I think that we should be friends. I'm going to cast suggestion.
I like to imagine it was friends.
Chris, more hilarious.
It's like, how do I get them to instantly...
Hold on, does suggestion hit both?
No.
Hold on, tell me about 4. I'll suggestion the other.
Well, yeah. Okay.
We in concert, suggestion.
Yeah, and it's like, I think that we should be friends and have get to know each other.
I think that counts as hostile.
Oh yeah, it breaks stealth, but him casting it was going to break our stealth anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're about to...
As I'm suddenly standing directly behind him.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Watch out!
Really,
little
wait,
friend.
what do we need?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
And remember, you suddenly appear, they're going to be like, watch out, little friend, monster come for you.
And what is their DC?
17. Yeah.
17. And what are you suggesting?
That we should be friends with one another and get to know each other.
You should tell us if you killed travelers.
So you suggest being friends to one of them while you suggest appearing from the other.
Yeah, do that.
Confessing sins.
Yeah. That'll keep the other one locked down as long as we take no hostile actions while the other one answers questions.
Yeah, answer all of our questions is a suggestion.
Do either of you target a specific one?
I target the male.
I target the female.
So Baggy, it's like, that's a good idea. While Dench is like, yes, where'd you get there? Pulling out sword as he lunges back at the back of the cavern towards you.
Oh, as soon as he's pulling sword, thunk. Crossbow.
Hey,
I don't think it worked.
You had a turn, he gets a turn.
Yeah, that would have had to have been a ready action.
Oh.
And you cast a spell, so you don't have any ready action.
Yeah.
No, he gets to hit you. Then you can shoot him with the crossbow. You have disadvantage for being in melee.
However, I am pretty sure 5 doesn't hit.
No.
So, beefy kind of bladed weapon hits the stone wall behind you, sort of sparks a bit.
How many quarrels did you buy?
0.
Because it shoots 10 and none of them are recoverable. As I recall.
Also, are you using that crossbow?
Yeah. I don't own another crossbow.
Okay, it is now your turn. Do you choose to shoot him?
Can I tell if my spell took effect? That it failed?
No, yeah. Looks like it succeeded. You suggested he tell you something. He immediately answered, and he attacked you. You did not make a be friend suggestion. You made a give me information suggestion. He immediately answered, yes.
Well, I'm just murdering people. Bonus action, hex. Step back. You can have an attack of opportunity. Well, no, I'm at disadvantage anyways. Thunk.
Okay. Let's do these one at a time.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Yeah, let's... you don't even need to roll... damn, just roll.
I get a plus 9.
So that would be a 14. But you
No.
twice.
I get a plus 11. I get to have a plus 2 sword.
Okay.
What? The sword doesn't help with the axe, does it? The
Attack and damage. Oh, no. Never mind. Yep. Shut up.
What?
I have a +2 sword! Crossbow!
what kind of horror magic are you using?
You strap the sword onto the crossbow to transfer the bonus down.
This sounds like some sort of conjunction stuff.
Anyway, so you have disadvantage, so...
That was a 9.
5.
Yeah, 5 plus 9, so 14.
4. Alright, so 14 hits. What is the... For one bolt, what was the normal damage on there?
Okay, so for one bolt, it is... I did not get my other hex up, so that doesn't get my proficiency. So it's 5 plus 2d6.
Okay.
What? The bolt does 2d6.
Well, I got hex on them, so 1d6 of regular damage, 1d6 of necrotic damage.
Yeah, he's confused about the crossbow doing a d6 instead of a d8 or a d10.
It's a hand crossbow.
Oh, okay. Then that makes sense.
7 plus 5. So at the very least, you kill him.
The other one's just...
And then he's up...
Just explode.
As Baggy rushes forward, is grappling you.
What? Is grappling Ryan?
Yes. You make if you want to resist athletics or acrobatics, you are pretty convinced your spell worked.
Yeah, and I'm like, Baggy, what's wrong?
They're attacking!
It's like, leave Baggy alone.
They got dirt! She's like trying to...
I'm like, Baggy, and he's like, that was terrible. And he's like, did Beefy kill those 4 drow?
What drow?
What drow?
I didn't see any drow.
There was some drow in a cave about 4 days ago. Did you see those?
Oh, yeah. We gutted those.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, they were already dead. They were probably already dead. They were just taking the leftovers
It's like,
for the...
Fine. I will think at you. Ask if they are already dead as I'm walking, as you're consoling her. And I'm just over there with the sword.
And it's like, well, yeah, they killed the drow.
Yeah.
And he's like, we can take Baggy back, though.
Why?
How long does suggestion last?
8 hours.
You don't get further than 8 hours from...
Not
The time.
forever.
Yeah, again, it's just not worth it, man.
No, you don't...
I don't want a prisoner, no.
And it's like,
They're bad people, they deserve to
and
die.
it's
Why
like,
do we have to carry around the orc?
Because...
it'd be the
Would you like me to explain this?
He thinks
Because-
there's a reward,
No,
more
no.
money?
Because if you kill them, they don't walk for themselves. He has to put them in his bag. If you keep them alive, they will walk on their own accord, and he can save bag space.
No, I'm not done with
That and it would be
That and really?
Well, it's like that and it's a legal thing to do.
Yeah, I'm just neutral.
It's
It's like,
the
no, they
Underdark.
deserve to die. Just up behind her. Sword straight down through her. It's like bad people.
CR18.
Yeah.
I love that you wasted. Did you think they were some terrible menace?
Yeah, it's just... I like the crossbow. Using it on a CR-1/8 creature, funnier than using it on a big bad.
Like, really?
What do you mean, what crossbow? I only have one crossbow.
The better issue is that you... How many bolts do you have? It breaks 10 bolts. Isn't that one of the things that they're not recoverable?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all broken.
Yeah.
I get arrows back, but
No, specifically his item, the force and the way it does it. They're the ones that don't hit, or the ones that do, they just smash and break. And
I will definitely have to buy more. I don't have any written down. So I'll say I bought the normal 20, and now I'm empty.
okay.
What a terrific waste of resources.
we can at least take
No,
their
the better
bodies.
race of resources was bothering to hex him in the first place.
Oh no.
I gotta make sure the damage goes through!
No, as far as spell resources, I wasted the most.
Arcane Eye, Invisibility,
Suggestion.
Suggestion.
A camp has already been set up.
Yeah, I go over, start going through their stuff.
Basically bags. The one that he looked through already is bits and bobs of just sort of lots of shiny things. You find, in addition to the few, both just necklaces as well as some holy symbols they wear, there are lots of just random ones, other holy symbols, etc., just all stuffed in that bag. You find one of the bag is full of meat and chunks of things, little bags with spices or pouches with fungus, mushrooms, kind of thing.
Pass me those spices. Spices.
Yeah, they're all yours.
Spice us up.
He said tusks. I'll take those.
I did not say tusks.
You said trunks.
Trunks. Okay.
Chunks.
Chunks.
Yeah, chunks of meat.
You didn't enunciate correctly.
I was just trying to go back to
Also, tusks of meat are weird.
and specifically not made of ivory. It's made of meat.
That's how they store things. They hollow out a tusk.
These are orcs. I'll go ahead and take their teeth.
Because he needs that ivory.
Yeah, need ivory.
All your skeletons have teeth.
How much ivory do you need?
What's that? 1,505?
Why?
Because that's how much it costs.
What spell costs 1,500 gold worth of teeth?
1,505 gold.
No. The 5 is for one. The 1,500's for another. The 1,500's contingency. The 5 is for Magnificent Mansion.
Just so you know, the ivory that those require generally requires it to be a piece of ivory.
Yeah, and that's
Fabricate.
why. That's why I'm going to break it down and turn it into an actual thing from the raw materials.
You cannot put these two pieces of ivory together.
Yeah, I could. There's nothing preventing me as long as I have the raw materials to do it.
But the way ivory works, you cannot combine two pieces of ivory.
Fabricate allows you to put things together like you would if you were normally putting things
Yeah.
together. There's no way to fabricate
Two teeth and two... Yeah, you can't...
You'll have to get some solder glue.
Okay.
Can you make the sculpture out of enough of them to be worth for?
No, it would end up being a much bigger sculpture than...
No, I like the idea. It's just one of those, freaking troll teeth, and just diamond encrusted the entire thing. Yeah, this is a 1,500 gold sculpture of diamond ivory.
Hollow out the inside filled with gold.
Yeah, just
Really, the real way to do it is just to overpay for something. I need a very expensive
How much for
statue.
that ivory?
Oh.
This piece of ivory? It's like 2 gold. It's like, could it be 1,500?
No, you go to cast a
Yes! I mean...
No, the bigger issue is you go to cast a spell. Market crashed.
So the only thing that I have to do is make the actual statue, sell it to Erich, tell him that it costs 1,500, And then he's like, "Oh man, I'll buy it for that price," and then say, "No, not for sale."
I don't have that kind of money.
It doesn't matter. You just have to say that you would pay that much.
Why would I pay that much money for an object?
I'll ask Jimmy
wear?
because you're useless.
Jimmy, because you're useless.
It's like I'm not going to buy a statue. I can't even wear that.
You have to
It's not even a hat.
attach it to a chain. They have plenty of chains.
I'll put a spider teeth on that.
Yeah.
That helps.
They have numbers of various weapons, etc., collected from various people.
Decent.
Various weapons.
More of the more decent ones are ones that are more ceremonial in purpose. Things that they actually ended up having been using is not kept in a great
Do
condition.
they have a sacrificial, Mr. Bucket?
No.
What?
Never mind.
David's game joke.
Oh.
Ryan said Mr. Bucket so many times during the game that David said during his big climax cinematic scene, he said, and the cultist raises his ceremonial Mr. Bucket.
Yes, the sacrificial Mr. Bucket.
Sacrificial Mr. Bucket.
It's like, okay, David keeps trying to say that, but Brian's just like, Mr. Bucket? Finally, yes, he raises the sacrificial Mr. Bucket.
And we also listened to the commercial during that, so it was stuck in his head.
No, you just
So
have to
really,
manipulate your
you have
medium
to understand that
them like you
where,
want.
as far as mental abuse comes from, we hurt David far worse than we ever hurt you.
You've had more time to work on it.
It's true.
He started DMing before me.
That's true, and the worst abuse ever done to him was done by you.
I did nothing. I intended to do nothing. I was just role playing my character.
And to be fair,
I did not need to break his dungeon.
That particular
city.
thing came at the end of like us doing week-long sessions of playing games.
Anyways, otherwise, yeah, a couple bags full of shiny objects. Basically, you get the feeling that they and also one's fancier bits of clothing. You find one bag that generally seems to probably have been things that were theirs. Things that are just sort of survival tools, tinder boxes, and just sort of, rope, pittons.
How much rope?
There are 200 feet of rope.
200 feet of rope.
No piece being longer than 20 feet.
Okay.
That we can salvage through.
I can, however, attach rope to itself. Because that's just weaving.
Yep. You probably, in attaching it, lose half foot to a foot, but yeah. Just as far as where it overlaps to hit it, but yeah.
Alright. So, I got that stuff written down.
It's like, do we want to actually price that out, or just start heading towards town or make camp here? It is the end of the day, right?
How many, how much longer would it take to get to the dry town?
Like a week.
Okay. It's like, yeah,
Not gonna do it tonight.
Yeah.
guess we'll go ahead and set up.
Throw bodies in your bag of...
Does anyone... There was still stew sitting in the pot.
Yeah, I spiced it. It's pretty good.
Did you add some of the spices from the pouch that you just got?
Was it good spice?
It's not a discernible spice that you recognize.
Does it taste good? Does it make the soup taste better?
Do you taste the spice first?
I taste the spice, then I'll put
You
it
have an incredible cotton mouth feeling. It's just...
add it to the soup. And then
No! Well, that soup's yours
No,
now.
add it to a little bit to my bowl.
And like the moisture just disappears from the soup.
But that's not a very good spice. Get myself a new bowl of spice.
A new bowl of spice.
A bowl of soup.
Did someone just find the dust of drying?
I don't know. I have a bag of spice.
Okay, Eric's going to continue with his cinnamon challenge, so...
Does anybody else want soup?
No.
No, thank you.
It's moderate to okay.
It's like, you probably have the best. Can you investigate those chunks of meat and see if they were people at any point?
Yeah, I'll do that in a minute.
Yeah.
Detect magic.
His spice is magical.
Magic spice. Hand it over.
Well, in half an hour, I'll figure out what it does.
That's an hour.
In an hour, I'll figure out what it does.
Yeah.
Why?
Because if I stare at it for an hour, you learn what it do.
And also,
Generally.
you have a pretty good idea. It takes the water away from
Yeah,
stuff.
that's the extent that you get to
Aha,
learn.
I can do it
So
in
should I take it
11
back to the
minutes.
lady in the lake?
Here.
Yes! Just have a... Ha!
You didn't need that, right?
There is a necklace of red pearls that is magical.
Well, finally some combat utility. Well, non-utility out of...
It sounds like an extra
Right.
fireballs, which means I don't want it.
Okay.
It's a necklace of lightning balls.
I'll go
I'll
ahead.
take it. I in fact, think that's pretty important to my existence.
There is a pair of bracers,
Okay.
with fine metals and lots of basically the decorations in them depict all sorts of animals and such, many of which you don't recognize but would be more identifiable to
Races of
those.
animal friendship.
Useless.
Pretty cool, actually.
What do they do?
Help you
Yes.
make friends with animals.
No, that's useless.
That's pretty cool.
Alright. I'll identify these two items then.
Being the
Necklace of
necklace of
fireball.
fireballs
Yeah.
And the bracers.
and the illusionist's bracers.
Ah, not animal friendship.
Now, what did the illusionist bracers do?
Guessing allows you to cast illusions of animals.
Woo!
I own 0 illusion spells.
You know something weird that D&D doesn't have with all of its suggestions and mind control spells? Anything along the lines of obfuscation or a misdirection spell.
While wearing,
You mean mislead?
they require attunement by a spellcaster.
Okay.
While wearing the bracers, whenever you cast a cantrip, you can use a bonus action the same turn to cast that cantrip a second time.
Dibs?
I don't cast cantrips very often.
Yeah, you can have them.
And I'm also attuned out.
Yeah. I'm not. And double...
Can your
and
sword break
quadruple
it?
Eldritch Blasts is kind of cool.
Ask your sword if it can eat that.
Smack! Yes!
So, if you cast a cantrip, bonus action to cast it again.
Yes.
Okay.
Ask your sword if it can eat it.
Was
You have a question for today. I
How
want
is
to
that
know.
illusion or animals?
Animals are something that can be created with illusion, and you would have to make a history check in order to know how the name of the item connects to this.
I don't.
Is Necklace of Fireball a two?
I do!
She might get it.
I have 16.
16. Something to do with original purpose, basically multiple uses of minor illusion, allowing basically for it to be used as a more powerful spell.
Now, is the Necklace of Fireball attunement?
I want to say no, but 5th edition's weird.
I can just imagine you with a necklace of lightning balls. Like, we need, can you do some crowd control? Something with the balls? You're like, what? My necklace? No. You don't just throw these
And
precious
it has
pearls.
8 beads.
Alright. Good.
Did it have max beads? No, that's a D12, so.
8 beads. Is it just normal throw 86 Fireball?
You can use an action to detach a bead and throw it up to 60 feet away. When it reaches the end of its trajectory, the bead detonates as a 3rd level fireball spell, save DC 15. You can hurl multiple beads, or even the whole necklace, as an action. When you do so, increase the level of the fireball by 1 for each bead beyond the first.
Okay.
Which is an objectively bad way to use it.
Yes.
Unless you need to do a whole lot instantly.
Yeah, Fireball is...
No, in
really,
other words, if you cannot let them have another
It
action.
doesn't require attunement.
Okay.
So you just hold it out, and everybody in the party grabs one during their initiative.
Okay. If you have the option to do that, you do not necessarily have the option to do that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, an extra 6 Ds is not going to make a huge difference.
And
Yes,
particularly,
it's not
Fireball is
optimal.
best when a normal Fireball will wipe a group of minions for its damage. Single target-wise, it's not that great.
Go ahead and put it on. Doesn't require attunement, might as well.
Otherwise, yeah, lots of holy symbols. You do recognize one of Farlingen.
Oh, hello, little friend.
Well, I don't need it. So
I did. Just imagine you collecting necklaces like a weirdo.
Nah, I don't know.
There are several of Lolth.
What, are there any of Grumsh?
Not in their bag.
Were they wearing any?
Yeah, they were wearing a few.
Oh. Yeah, I get a step away from my meal and give them, Grumsh, well, we're not exactly friends, but, these look like two of yours, so, do your thing. Just ring that doorbell.
Do you care to make a knowledge religion to know what Grumsh ritual would be? Or do you just sort of do the same thing you generally do for Farlingen? And
I have no idea what you're
I
doing.
think I dropped it. Somewhere.
You monster.
3.
So that's like an 8.
generally do your what thing. Okay.
Yeah. I choose Farlingen because, I figure they're not into wolf.
Yeah,
As they're not drows.
Neither are you.
Yeah, but I'm into wolf.
He's only been presented
fact-
the good side of Lolth.
In fact, the person that presented him with Lolth was also not a drow.
I'm exceptional.
I guess we'll get to bed so we can start moving towards the city.
Yeah. We'll figure out gold and other costs later.
Yeah, you said there was money.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
there's
actual. Generally, in order to do that, you will have to take everything out of a bag. Are you basically just dashing it all into the portable hole, anyways?
I was taking everything out of the bag. That's what I was doing when I was searching the bag.
Okay, well that is not the intention.
How do you search bags? You just...
Yes,
No, you don't.
assuming that you're going to want to be able to move the stuff later, then yeah, as these are bags full of stuff.
No, you take everything out and inventory it. You don't...
It'll take up time.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we're
searching
stopping for
takes
the
a lot of
night.
time anyways.
You can do that while I'm casting rituals.
Otherwise, does it just you're probably the one that's typing it.
Okay.
Because there is 37 platinum.
Oh, okay.
There are 80 gold.
37 platinum,
Yeah, because that's going to need to be split up.
80 gold.
There is 40 silver.
Mm-hmm.
There is... How much time do you spend counting the copper?
Because there's a lot of it.
We're sitting here. There's no
Okay.
time constraints on my...
There is 600 copper. Let's make it 603.
So,
Just
Yeah.
and there are 43 of the iron coins.
I'm totally keeping the iron coins.
Pay the iron price.
I think you had was it one that you'd had before?
I have 10.
You have 10? Yeah, you now
So
have.
now I have 53 of them.
looking at the
Because they're
rings,
not worth anything. So they're mine.
looking at the rings and jewelry.
I also have 10.
Yeah. Looking at the rings and jewelry, is there anything I think that could be unset and put into silver and, made a higher quality than what they are? Because
much of the stuff is of a high quality.
Oh, okay.
So there's rings and jewelry?
None of it magical, so...
Yeah, other than the one necklace that he'd taken out.
How much in rings and jewelry?
We are not jewelers?
Okay.
that much.
You understand I'm inventorying everything.
Oh.
Yep.
Take a look. Are there any rubies?
You don't know how much it is worth.
Yeah, but I'm separating stuff.
Well, you separate them into bags of rings.
Yeah, you get about
bags.
that much.
I now have plenty of bags to organize everything appropriately.
What'd you say?
Any rubies amongst the jewelry?
If he
That
asks,
would-
I can separate stuff by color, which means that there'd be rubies and garnets are both red.
A lot of things there.
Okay, yeah, all the red stuff in one pile. All the green stuff.
You notice how the first thing he thinks to separate is the red things?
To be fair,
I
that
know.
was because
Shush.
It's clearly my favorite color. It's been discussed several times.
red.
Probably there are red gemstones. You're not. You are not, in fact, a jeweler to just instantly recognize.
I'm going to take my jewelry check.
No, I don't have jeweler's
Oh, yeah.
proficiency.
Nick's not doing anything useful since he didn't ask the sword the question I wanted him to ask the sword.
So yes, I go ahead and look at gemstones and try to piece together how much they're worth and what they are.
You actually have proficiency with.
Half.
You have disadvantage.
Oh. So, like, 6.
Yeah, you find a few that are kind of anything. I'm pretty sure one of these is probably a ruby. You're fairly confident that you have a ruby. You're not positive which one it is.
Okay.
It's like, these are all... It's like...
These are all red.
It's like, some of these are garnets, some of these are rubies. I'm not sure which is which, but I know that much.
I'll go ahead and experiment with it to figure out what I need.
Which spell does that go to?
Don't you have jewel... Oh, you have the jewel crafting tools, don't you?
No, I'm a smith. I have smithing tools.
I could have sworn someone had jewel crafting.
I've taken jewel crafting checks before because of my jack of all trades. I really should just buy some actual, like, jeweler's things to stop getting disadvantaged. It's come up enough that I'm going to buy some when we're back in town.
Just have Ryan make them.
That involves a lot more glass and him knowing how to make a jeweler's toolkit.
Force Cage and Simulacrum both require ruby dust.
Well, don't break everything just to find your damn ruby.
No, that's why I'm taking it just to experiment with it.
And also, those are both high-level spells.
Yes.
Yeah, you're able to find various things that you could think of.
Okay.
With my 6, besides finding his ruby, do I sort the gems into what I think are the most valuable, orders?
I mean, most of the things are not... They're not very much in the way of loose gems. They weren't.
They're just things on rings and necklaces? Okay.
So,
and in general, it seems that some care was taken. Some of them were being worn by Baggy. So, it's basically things were collected that were pretty. That could... there are dinner sets that, were... actively used, but were certainly picked amongst the most beautiful of... Who knew that they had that?
Should anybody else have some soup with me? Just me?
No one's eating your crappy people food.
no,
It was delicious.
go to bed.
At one point he said he was going to look into identifying it. He apparently never did.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what it was. It's just me.
No, Eric basically refused.
I didn't refuse. I don't have control of the meat bag.
Huh? Oh, the meat bag?
Yeah. Is the rest of this meat people's or just animals? Inspiration.
Yeah.
Really? What's the difference?
Whatever, I'll look through it real quick. Do I need to make any particular
Medicine check.
Okay.
It's people then.
2.
It's true if it was only animal meat, it'd be a survival check.
Yep.
Okay, so 10.
Doesn't... From the bits that you can identify, it doesn't seem to be from a humanoid kind of creature.
And it's like, best of guess that I have now.
It's like... Best as you can tell, they're
I'm not
using
hungry.
some logic, you're an intelligent individual. There is probably some contaminants of some of the things they killed with the savagery of which they did. It doesn't seem that the meat that they collected was directly supposed to be people. For example, there was nothing obviously taken from the drow that they killed and gutted.
I bring that up.
Yeah.
And it's like, probably not.
So there are probably some things from where they killed and gutted someone and then went and set camp and, and reached in here to grab things. So there's probably some people. But it is mostly not people.
There's like people blood or people crystal, but
Yeah.
not necessarily chunks of people.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly
Yeah,
happy
I'm still
to
good
eat
with my ration, though.
Rations are precious. Eat this up.
But this is a warm meal.
Yeah, it's a hot meal. You guys are spoiled.
Also, you have a dust to get rid of water.
Yeah, if I ever need that.
Yeah, don't forget to write it down.
I did.
Alright. Lehman's head.
did forget to
alarm.
As per usual.
It's
Alright, yeah. Set up.
bedtime.
Now, true question when we set out again is, do we go to town or towards Compass?
Town.
Compass is telling us to go to town.
Compass is pointing fairly far south. Town is south. It's you're thinking a little off,
Yeah.
but it's putting
Basically
you right
the same
near town.
place.
Sweet. Then we head off to town. We got a lot of loot, and for, a CR 1/4, though they don't quite add that way, those guys were loaded.
Oh yeah. Not a whole lot of magical stuff, but just as far as
No,
What are you
they
telling me
have
about?
some.
Those are some of the best magic drops we've got. The
That's
goblets
true.
alone.
We don't even have to spend money to switch them onto something useful.
Again, me just wearing them is fine. I don't need it in
I
my
do
sword.
think
It
they
doesn't-
just
wanna
are
know if it
actively the best item that you per rarity. I think the gauntlets are actually the best items you've gotten.
Yes. Well, besides Bob's armor, which is rare.
Yeah, which makes these the rarest that you've
Oh,
gotten.
these are very rare?
Yeah.
God, what? Well, why does every time I play a warlock I get split between melee and wanting to use Eldritch Blast? It's pulled me back. It's like, but I have 3 attacks now. But now I have double Eldritch Blast for 4 of those.
Bomb, 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 bomb.
4
Oh, don't
pushes.
take your bonus action, so you can't be hexing.
And
Well, I'd hex once. Bonus actions are a priority at the beginning of battle. That's where my extra attack would come from with a sword, anyways.
and you don't have whatever crazy amounts of HP, so mixing it up in melee.
Actually, I have pretty good HP.
Oh.
I have 76 versus Bob's 84.
And I would like 2 survival checks.
I help and give inspirations.
Yeah. On both of them?
Yeah.
Alright, well. I rolled double 16s, so. 22 on the first one. And. 27 on the second.
Okay. Yeah, you are basically able to avoid confrontation with anything, more dangerous than some giant spiders or things like that in the caverns over your what is now just look at it. An 8-day trip back to the Drow.
How do we
city.
fare for foraging?
You got good survival checks. We got food.
Well, that's particularly 2 checks to find way over time. So that technically isn't that.
Do you want me to take the checks?
If you would like to, that is really up to you.
Nope. Yes, that's 2 yeses. 3 yeses. Over 8 days. Yeah. And 4 out of the 8 days, I managed to find food.
Wonderful. So basically, yeah. 8 days back to Bereven. And yeah, you are noticing it is probably... you are coming in from the northern entrance to Bereven. You are getting the feeling it is probably just somewhere not too far west of the city that your compass is pointing you to.
We'll be sure to hit that.
Any idea of our general split when we get back? Everything's floating in party funds right now because it's silver and all
Right.
the other.
Once we
Yeah, so it'll probably be, to monetize some things.
Yeah, we're going to... I figure we'll go through selling stuff and then we'll be able to split it up.
Yeah, because I believe we want to do some preliminary investigations with the hoi polloi to see if we can, sell some higher quality silver items above their own price.
Hmm.
Yeah, because right now we're sitting at a little bit under 3,000.
What?
About 2,500 per person, something like that.
Oh, yeah, if we split it
If
up.
we just cashed it out.
Right. Yeah, if we cashed it out, it'd be 2,500 per.
I'm okay with that. That's enough money.
Yeah, that's why you don't get a say. Me and Ryan are going to try to make us more money.
I'm fine with making
You don't
us
need
more money.
more.
Yes, I do. There's lots of magical things I wish to buy, including a belt of dwarven what's-its.
Well, we're going into town. I need to put my undead someplace. Portable hole man.
Well, they're not going to go in the hall.
Particularly also,
whole
as
full
you are
money.
nearing town this way, you are marching through one of the entrances to which there are many farms and fields. The tree groves, the people that farm the animals that you made such good friends of all that time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, have them put up in like a cellar somewhere.
Okay, fine. I'll go ahead and have them stay out in the caverns and I'll come back.
Okay. Basically, if you're leaving them before that civilization point, from the city, you're about a day and a half away from them.
Alright. Looks like I got 3 days travel.
How are you going to hold on to him?
He can basically... You had a net.
Yeah,
You can basically tangle them up where...
No, we're just going to tie them all together and pin them to the ground.
Yeah.
Can I fit them in the bag?
Please do not disturb.
Yes.
Little sign.
Not with what you have in there.
Also, would all the bodies be more than 500 pounds?
No.
Most of them are...
Was
I
the
think most of them are
City
skeletons.
anti-undead?
Yeah.
Everyone's anti-undead. Undead are gross.
Not everyone.
Yeah, not everybody, but
He's not.
most people. Okay, I will try to find a location stashed out of the way, and I'll go ahead and empty the bag of the dead bodies that I have, and then I'll go ahead and put the actual animated ones in the bag.
I don't know, can you fabricate bricks out of stone?
Yes.
Just have them
Yeah.
chop a bunch of things and literally wall them off in their own little room
Yeah, I'll
with some
go
fabricated
ahead.
bricks.
I'll go ahead and do that. I'll create a fabricated.
The Dwarf Fortress solution.
You're now in a hole. You are no one's problem until I get back.
Yeah.
You're in the dark with no stimuli.
Well, no, I won't do that with the animated guys. I can just have them all crunch up in the bag.
I'm trying to think how many we had, because essentially you got enough where you had room for what? 3 bodies in the main compartment, and then...
Oh, that's
That's
really-
for the haversack. I
That was
have
the
the
haversack.
haversack.
Oh, okay, so what do you have at this point?
He's a bag of holding.
Okay, you switched, okay.
Yeah. He's got the haversack. I got the bag holding.
That I have to look up, so...
I wanted the bag of holding, and Ryan's like, but my corpses!
I need actual storage capacity.
Did you have anything other than corpses in there?
Most of the corpses are wearing bags carrying all your crap.
Yeah, I mean, it's like most of the mundane equipment. I just have backpacks for all of the guys. I don't think that I had anything else in there besides corpses because I've got my.
And then how many corpses were you...
Oh, how many corpses am I carrying?
Mm-hmm.
1 dwarf with heavy armor proficiency, 1 drow wizard lady who was the potion seller, 4 drow miners, bones, 3 drow ritual sacrifices, and 2 orc barbarians.
Okay, so most of those are... You can probably get away with just getting rid of the 2 orcs as the largest of the bodies, and you could keep the rest of the bodies and the and all the undead. I will also note, for you to remove them, I am going to ignore whatever it says, and it will basically be using standard action per each of them to remove them. If they're in there, this is not a convenient way to get them in places like during a combat situation.
Right.
Just flip it inside out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they all fly everywhere.
I'll go ahead and dump the 2 orc barbarian bodies off and use fabricate to create a little bed for them out of rock so they're out of the way.
Right. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Alright.
Put a little whatever marker there in case I want to come back for them.
Just drop a Sharpie on it.
Well,
Just drop a Sharpie
Yeah,
on
you
each
should-
grave, a marker.
I just put a little doodle in the cavern.
While you're using fabricate, you have intricate scroll work across the surface.
No, it's supposed to look like just normal cave.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, someone else will come on. I found something. Ching ching.
2 naked orcs.
Well, no, basically at that point it is. Oh, I broke into a grave.
Look over their shoulder and look at them and think, you're a pervert.
Also, did you, for any reason, take off the orc's cloth? The drow were naked, and technically, if you wanted, you could even dress those corpses with some of the stuff you found in the bags.
No, they wouldn't necessarily be naked. We didn't take them prisoner.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
The ride, no matter what character it is, he's really consistent about hogtie, check teeth for poison, gag, and strip them naked.
the thing is, I don't think that's ever been necessary in any game I've ran.
Doesn't
Ever.
matter.
Ever.
Any
It's how
character he
it
does.
do.
I know, but I don't get it.
Spellcasters get blindfold. They need line of sight for a bunch of stuff, so they don't get to see.
If you just kill them, then they can't cast magic.
Yeah, but we're talking about taking prisoners, not murdering people.
Otherwise, so you can leave those behind, and you'll spend the next day and a half, and we'll start here midday as you are entering back into Bereven after a couple of months.
It's been a while.
Yeah, a couple months. So,
I'm sure they've rebuilt the entire library by now.
yeah, I'm sure it's that quick.
Just in time to get blown up again.
Bam!
It's like, we should stop coming here.
Let's see. 2 CR-1/8 enemies. You
Dang it, Jan. Good job, everyone. 3 experience.
But look at all that loot you got.
Yeah.
Could I trade gold in for experience?
No.
Let's do what? 4,000? And join us next time for more. Bye.